Hey, what's up, everybody out there? This is Joey G at Gana's Corner. And I'm here just real quick to tell you real quick why I think the Sopranos is the greatest show ever on television. And with that, in the future, I'm going to, recap seasons and episodes as that goes on. But why it's the greatest show of all time, it's real life. It's a mafia guy that's going through problems. It's like for the problems I go through, or you go through, or the people go through, and then you look at the problems that Tony Soprano goes through in everyday life with his daughter. You know what I mean? Getting hemmed up by some that with Coco in the bar that time, with going on with the war with New York. His kid in a mental institution. He's going through all this shit. You know what I mean? He's trying not to cheat on his wife, to evaluating characters. Like these guys, they're funny guys and they're warm guys, but they're also psychopathical killers. I mean, I laugh because I'm thinking of something of Paulie killing the old woman Min in the nursing home that time. And, we'll get into that, but, that's just one. Christopher killing JT the one time in cold blood. You know what I mean? Just like that. Like it's nothing. Have you ever noticed in The Sopranos, every time that, you feel sorry for somebody, like when Tony kills Chris, that right before that, the episode, the ending right before that, Walk Like a Man, in season 6B, Christopher kills JT. When Tony suffocates Chris, you don't feel too bad for Chris, You really don't. The whole veto thing on whatever happened there. What do you call it? Like, okay, just when you start to feel bad for he was greasing the union greaser, catching, not pitching. When you start to actually feel bad for him, he goes and kills an innocent man who's putting his mail, who's putting his mail, getting his mail from his mailbox. I'm a little stuttering sometimes, but get through it. Vito kills him. So then when Phil comes literally out of the closet and, they beat the shit out of him and, the whole thing with Phil and whatever happened there with him, clenching his hands, we all know Phil was, he has some sugar in his tank too. But just the, they're just too, right there to show you, these guys are, scumbags at the end of the day. They are. I love them. Paulie Walnut's probably, people say, well, Joey, how can Paulie Walnuts be your favorite character? Well, maybe in ways, I like Junior too. I'm not older like them. I'm 47, but I'm alone. I'm not alone, but, I don't have kids. Not my own kids. I just can relate to a lot with Paulie and Junior. I can relate to a lot. I can relate to a lot with Christopher. Anybody can, that's the thing about The Sopranos that makes it the greatest show of all time. Everybody can relate to it. I mean, you got Tony in season 1. I mean, if you look at Tony season 1, I'm rewatching the whole season now. I've watched it a million times. But I can watch it, and it never gets old because it's the greatest show ever. Ever. Period. You know what I mean? And David Chase should hire me to write a prequel. I mean, the whole thing there with and I was about to go see Gana's Corner. I go down lanes, and I'm trying to say, but one thing that's always bugged me about The Sopranos, one thing that's really it's the little things and the big things, but and the mediocrity things, but right after Jackie Aprile Sr. was the boss. It's like a fucking god. In Christopher's words, he's dead 2.5 years, 3 years tops, and Ralph Cifaretto is going out with Rosalie LaPree. Not even that, he's moved into the house that Jackie lived in. Jackie Sr. The bed Jackie Sr. slept in. What the F? Like the small things. And in my prequel, what I came down to is that in my prequel, It's the little things. Like I said, Carmela, of course, Rosalie was Carmela's friend. Tony, Jackie, Ralph, they all hung out. One night, Tony was hanging out with Jackie, went out with Carmela. Rosalie was with Carmela. Rosalie was dating Ralph. She was, they were hooking up. She met Jackie, fell in love with Jackie. The rest is history. You know what I mean? That's it. But Ralph was her boyfriend before Jackie. So it kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? That would be in my prequel. And my prequel would be great. And I'm not going to tell my prequel I could tell my prequel over a podcast, but my prequel would be great. And since we have already had the many saints, I would kick my prequel off with them robbing Feature's card game. That's how I would kick it off. I know exactly how I would kick it off. I would kick it off with Jackie saying, Ralph pussied out. Ralph don't have nothing. Ralph pussied out. And Tony sticking up for him. Well, come on, give him a break, And Jackie saying, nah, he punked out. We're doing this, T. We're doing this. And, I'd kick it off. That's how it would start it. Christmas of 79 when they robbed the card game. December of 79. But anyway, that's Joey G. That's it for now. The Sopranos is just a great show. In my mind, no, Tony didn't die. I could do a sequel too. I could do a sequel. No, Tony didn't die. He had a panic attack. Yeah, he wasn't going to get assassinated, but there was FBI agents all in there. He did not die. He got arrested. Carlo flipped. He had to turn state's evidence, murder, fat Dom. Stuffed his fucking head down a garbage disposal. You know what I mean? They had enough on that. And Tony ended up dying in jail in 2013 in the prequel, or in the sequel. This is Joey G, and you're going to hear a lot more from me. A lot about the Sopranos, and like I said, I like a lot of things. It's not just the Sopranos. I love sports. You know what I mean? Colorado, up on Dallas. What's up with that? You know what I mean? In hockey. And in basketball, let's go Timberwolves. Let's go T-Wolves. First time in a while. I don't really like anybody else in there right now. I would love to see the Pacers, but looks like the Knicks got it. I don't know, man. The Knicks might be able to beat the Celtics. I don't know. But this is Joey G. I'm ramming. I'm out. Peace.